What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BTO Series here on Reading, Minnesota. So, today we're going to be starting Harvest. We have actually leased this John Deere 9600 combine. We don't have the money to buy one ourselves, so the Deere dealer hooked us up with this really, actually pretty nice for its age combine to use to harvest our corn crop. And then, of course, we got the 9390 over here chilling. It's a little bit overkill for this gravity wagon, but it's what we have to work with. So here is our cornfield we're going to be harvesting. It's like 13 acres or something like that, so it's nothing crazy. The biggest dilemma we have right now is we don't have any storage on the yard for the grain. So more than likely, we're just probably going to sell it to the elevator outright, which is kind of, it's not ideal because we could maybe hold it and get a better price later, but since we don't have any storage, it's kind of the hand we are dealt with right now. So we're going to get the combine down here and we're going to start picking some corn. Okay, we have made it to the field. We're going to open up these end rows, and then we will probably bring the case with the gravity wagon down here, and then we shall be underway. Alright, so we are about halfway through this field. We're about going to have to unload the combine here. We're almost full. So far the yields on this field are not that great. They're really subpar in some areas, and yeah, overall the field's just not doing too hot. It's our first year farming this ground, so I mean, it is what it is. Next year should be a little bit better for us when we can get the fertilizer correct. Because if I pull up the pH map, I'm willing to bet that it's probably not very good if I had to take a guess. So I think, yeah, we'll just drive the combine over to the wagon and dump here, opposed to getting in the tractor and making it come to the combine. So yeah, we're about halfway done here. We need every bushel we can get out of this field. All right, let's take a look. Oh yeah, we can. Yeah, our nitrogen map is terrible. Go figure. The pH honestly isn't that bad. It's a lot better than I was expecting. It's not orange or red. So it's somewhere in the 5.7. All right, the wagon is full. We got about half the combine unloaded. We will get in the 9390 here, and I guess we should probably figure out where we are taking this grain to. That's not what we want. I think there's only one sell point in this map. Let's see here. Oh no, there's a couple. So it's looking like 3 bin site is gonna be the highest priced for the corn. I don't even know where that is on the map. All right, we are rolling up on the elevator. I think we're supposed to go in that set of doors. So we're gonna turn around here. And then hopefully this actually, it's a pretty big door, so I think we're gonna fit. Oh yeah, we're gonna fit. This is perfect. The dump trigger's kind of goofy. All right, let's see what happens here. Sweet. Now we may or may not have to drop this other. I don't know if it's going to unload off of just one gate or if we're going to have to open the second one. I think it's going to unload just off the first one. So we'll see how much we get out of this. I don't really have a specific number in mind that we're looking to make off this field. Just as much as we can make, I guess. All right, so we have just unloaded our wagon and we made just shy of $9,000. So if we bring 2 more of these down here, that would be 9, 18, 27. So we'll make $27,000 if we can get minimum of 2 more loads out of this field, which I think is very doable since the combine is got about over 4,000 liters still left in it. So I think we'll get very close to that number. We're down to our last couple passes here. I thought there was more corn out here than what there really was. So we're definitely not going to get those 3 or 2 more loads I was hoping for. But we still should maybe. No, we won't break 30 grand. We'll be like something like 27-ish. Okay, and just like that, we are done picking corn. We are gonna go unload into the wagon, and then we will take this to the elevator, unload it, and see how much we made off of our own land. So we have hauled in all of our corn, and we sit at just a little over $29,000. I can show you exactly how much we made on this year's harvest. We ended up making a grand total of just over $18,000. So not a whole lot, but also not too bad either. So looking at the map, the pH balance is okay. However, the nitrogen level is horrible. I think we'll probably work this up, and then we will put fertilizer on in the spring as opposed to the fall. So we're going to try that route. So John Deere actually pulled through for us and brought us out I think this is a 7-shank ripper. It's a 2700. This is what they had before they went to, I think it was the 2720 that replaced this. And now that's been replaced by, I think the 2730 is what replaced that. I think. I'm not a particular expert in John Deere rippers. I'd rather be running a Kraus Dominator. That's be my first choice. And then after that, probably be a Landau. So I'm not really an expert on John Deere rippers, to be honest. All right, so we'll come over here and get the tractor unhooked from this wagon. And then we will get it on the ripper, and then we will get going on working that field. Like I said, we're going to put the fertilizer on in the spring. I think we're going to try that route instead of doing it in the fall. Okay, we got our ripper attached. Now we're gonna head on down the road. This thing's actually, I don't really think it's any wider than the duals. It may be slightly wider in the back. The discs in the back maybe, yeah, I think, yeah, it is just slightly, ever so slightly wider, but that tells you how small. If you ain't got to fold it up to pull it down the road, that tells you how small something is in hindsight. But yeah, this is gonna work perfect for our acreage and our what we got going on here. This little guy's gonna work perfect for us. Okay, so currently we're trying to get the width right on the ripper, because I got the GPS says it's 5 meters. However, when you look at on the store's website, it says it's 6. Well, we tried 6, and it is way too wide. So I guess and then I tried 5.7, and we're still too big. So we're gonna try 5.2 here, and then put it back in the ground and see if we're any better. So we may or may not have fixed our issue. Alright, well, back in the ground. Let's see what happens here. We're a lot closer, I can tell you that. This is gonna be close. I think we got it this time. Maybe not. I guess it's all gonna depend on that one round coming back on the right hand side. That one's the one in question here, whether or not. Alright, so I've set the ripper width now to 4.8, because you can see we still missing a little bit. So I set it down to 4.8, and I think it's actually correct now. We'll find out when we pick up and come back if it's correct or not. So it's actually even smaller than what the GPS thought it was. Okay, so we had to run back to the farm, and then we came back to the tractor, and there is a monstrous oil leak under this thing. So I don't know if the oil pan's got a crack, gasket, or if the rear main seal has gone on this thing, but we're going to have to call Case and have them come look at this thing, and this is not something we have the money for. So we're going to have to unhook this ripper and move this tractor out of the way. And I guess we're going to just have to risk running it back to the farm, and then we'll go from there, whether or not we'll risk driving it into town or whether or not we'll let Case just come get it. I guess it's all going to depend on how much money they're going to want to do this. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Definitely, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you share the video as well, and I will see you guys in episode 4.